Thanks for coming out today. My name is Vishay Nihalani, and I'm joined by Thng. Flo and I are both product managers who work at Google on AdMob. So just by show of hands, how many of you here are familiar with AdMob? And how many of you are app developers? Excellent. And how many of you app developers have actually included AdMob in one of your applications, either to monetize or used AdMob to promote?
Yay.
Awesome. Well, it's great to see that so many of you are active and have used AdMob. You guys are at the center of a thriving mobile app ecosystem, and we're really proud to be part of that. Every day we see that users are downloading more and more applications and spending more time in those applications as well. So at AdMob, our goal is to help be a partner for you and help you promote and monetize your application successfully. The pace of growth is absolutely staggering with apps, and no doubt that growth creates some interesting challenges. At AdMob, we see three major challenges. These are around discovery, monetization, and the user experience. There are now over 1.6 million applications across the Google Play and iOS app stores combined. That's a great choice for users, but what does that mean for you as an app developer? As an app developer, that means that you have to constantly jockey for place in the marketplace rankings in order to get your app in front of your users. So it's important to be incredibly deliberate about how you promote your app to your users. On the monetization side, as your user base grows, you expect your revenue to grow with it. And doing that might involve working with multiple ad networks. But working with multiple ad networks can be challenging both technically and operationally. And on the user experience side, it's important to be tactful about how you show ads to your users. A bad experience can ruin the user's experience. It can put off your existing users from using your app, and it can turn away new users if they see bad reviews in the App Store. And as a developer, you're including content from third-party sources. So you want to make sure that the content that shows up in your application enhances your brand rather than tarnishes it. You want to make sure that the ads that show up are relevant, engaging, and appropriate for your users. So at AdMob, we have large teams that are focused on solving some of these challenges for you. On the discovery front, we're working with Google Play to help drive more app downloads. We just announced that there have been over 48 billion app downloads through Google Play. This is tremendous. On the monetization front, we're committed to driving more app spend into mobile apps. Just this year, we announced a partnership with AdWords to allow the over 1 million advertisers in AdWords to reach your users in mobile apps. This is just the first step to opening the floodgates of monetization, and we hope to see tremendous growth in this area. And of course, we want to help preserve the user experience. We have a team at AdMob that's working on building innovative new ad formats that help preserve the user's experience within your application. We're building ad formats that inherently verify that the user is actually interested in the ad content before kicking them out of your app and onto the landing page. So with an eye towards solving some of these challenges, I'm really excited to announce the launch of a brand new AdMob. This new AdMob is laser-focused on apps. At the same time, we've brought the power of AdSense and AdWords to mobile apps. We've leveraged more than a decade of innovation and experience to bring you the scale and reliability that Google offers across all of its ads products. Our goal is to make it incredibly simple for you to promote and monetize your applications. The idea is to make it very simple for you to promote and monetize so that you, as a lone app developer with an idea, can go to becoming a team of app developers working on building a sustainable business, like Chris in this video we're about to show. We hope that this will be a familiar aspiration for many of you in the audience.
Inspiration can come from some pretty unlikely places. But once it hits, there's a lot of work to do. Designing an app takes months of programming, problem solving, and testing. But finally you have something you're happy with. And now, with AdMob, you can earn a return on all your work by showing relevant ads in your app. Then, with AdMob's promotion tools, watch your app take off in a bigger way than you imagined. From success at home to downloads online, AdMob connects your app with millions of advertisers and users. So now that you're earning money, you'll have more time to build your business and get inspired for your next great app.
And with that, I'd like to introduce Flo, who's going to talk about some of the features that we've built into the new AdMob to improve app promotion.
All right. Thanks, Vishay. Hi, everyone. You saw some flashes of the new interface in the video. Now let's dive into the demo so we can share with you some of the exciting features in the new AdMob to help you get more users and make more money from your apps. We redesigned the UI into 3 core sections: Home, Monetize, and Promote. Home tab is basically a dashboard. We pull together all your stats in one place to help you get an overview on how your app business is performing. On the top here, you can see a summary on how much money I've made from my apps today and how many downloads that AdMob has driven to all my apps. When you scroll down, we can see more granular stats like RPM, fill rate, conversion. It's nice to see that we're getting more and more conversion here. And the best part, my favorite, is that we've organized all of this by apps, so you can quickly review and figure out the action needed. For example, Lineup is getting quite a number of users. Maybe it's time for us to start monetizing it. Or Flooded here, which is actually earning me quite a bit of money. So I could consider actually promoting it even more, which brings us to the Promote tab. Promote tab is the hub for advertising with AdMob. One of the advantages of advertising with AdMob is our scale. Because we work with app developers worldwide, like yourself, we have billions of users in the AdMob network. And we've designed it so that you can create a campaign to reach all of these users with just a few simple steps. So I'm going to create a new campaign today. And first step is to just pick a campaign that I want to promote. I see a lot of you enjoying your Chrome Pixel, so I will, in honor of that, promote a Chrome app. All you have to do is just type it in, and you see that we pull automatically from the 2 major app stores the most likely app that I was looking for, which in this case is Chrome Beta. So I will just select it. No need to put any package ID. And you can do image ad or text ad. I didn't have time to create an image ad, so I'm going to go with text ad today. Good thing is AdMob is going to help me make this text ad more engaging and informative. So all I have to do is create a campaign name, an ad name, put a bid for CPC, so I'll put in 8 cents. We pull in the destination URL directly, save you some steps. And the best part here is we can preview what it looks like in different format, in tablet, in phone, and we've made this a lot more informative and engaging for the users because you can see now there is the Chrome logo, the review information, the rating information. The goal is to make this ad informative so that users will click on it and then download. The next step is figuring out who do I want to target with this promotion. So because this is iOS specific, I might want to target just people in San Francisco. And each of these targeting settings is very easily editable. AdMob also, because we're connected to Google Play, will know automatically that Chrome Beta requires Android 4.0 and up in order to run properly. The OS setting is correctly set. This is only going to get shown to users who are eligible to download your app. Now I just need to set a daily budget, name this. And I've just created the Chrome app promotion. Now what I want to know is how effective is this campaign? How many users is it going to generate for me? And how much are these users going to be? The good thing is we've integrated conversion tracking into the campaign creation flow. So if you're promoting an app, all you have to do is hit confirm and finish here, and you're all done for Android app. Or if you happen to have analytics data and you know what is the value per conversion for your app, you can put in this optional value here. I'm going to put $2. And just with that, AdMob will automatically start tracking the users who have clicked on your app and then download it. For iOS, it is a little bit more involved. You will have to include a short code snippet in your app, which you can access from the App Conversion tab. If you click on Edit, this nice little pencil here, you'll be able to get the snippet here, and we've made it easy because you can just email it to yourself, which I'm going to skip now. If you're an app developer, and I'm sure many of you actually have multiple apps, not just one, you can jumpstart your new app by cross-promoting it to your existing user base. And AdMob allows you to do that easily with house ads. So when you create a new campaign, you can also select to create a house ad. For example, if I want to promote the Chrome app here to Lab Pixies users, I'm going to just do the same thing. All of these is the same as before. The one new step is we now display all of the ad unit that you have created for your app. So I'm going to select color drips and flooded, which means that this Chrome promotion is going to show in these two games. I save it. And because this is house ad and we're promoting this to your own inventory, you don't need to set a budget. We can actually do this for free. Next is to just allocate your inventory, so don't forget to do this so that your campaign will start serving. Once everything is set up, I've set up house ad campaign, regular campaign. You can monitor the performances of all of these campaigns through our reporting setting, which is in these all apps table. So I can easily see which one of my app is converting well, how much it is costing me to convert, and what is the cost per conversion. So this is really cool. Because I've set up conversion tracking for all of this app, I'll be able to know how much it's costing me to get somebody to download a Chrome browser. The next step is to optimize it. So if you click on any one of these apps, you'll be able to see that I've set up multiple campaigns. Some of them are doing better than the others. And I've set up multiple ads, and some are converting better than the others. So I might want to actually optimize, and we allow inline editing. So I can just go in here and say, maybe I need to actually bid higher and get better users. Or I can go to campaign tab and says, this app, the second campaign is doing really well. I want to actually increase the budget. This is all, however, quite manual. You have to actually go in there, figure out which one is doing well, maybe create your own model. So today we're really excited to announce a new feature in AdMob, which is called conversion optimizers. Conversion optimizers will allow you to set the bid based on a target cost per acquisition. Basically, you just tell AdMob how much you're willing to pay for users, and let us do the heavy lifting. We are going to look at your conversion history. So we look at your campaign, which one is performing well, and we look at a bunch of other signals, and we have a very complex model in the back end. All of these so that we can predict when an impression comes out, whether it's going to be very valuable for you, so we're going to bid higher for it, and then for the less valuable click, we're going to bid lower for it. In order to do this, you just have to click Edit on the campaigns. Oh, sorry. Okay, we're having some, so when you click on the campaign, we're having some network problem, but you should be able to actually switch bidding from bidding on CPC to bidding on, I'm going to show it to you a different way, sorry. This is what happened when we run a live demo. Quite exciting. So you can see here, you will be able to switch your bidding option from focusing on clicks to focusing on conversion. You can put in a target cost per acquisition here. I'm putting in $1.08. That's how much I'm willing to pay to get a user on Chrome because my ARPU is really, really high. I can put in a lower number and actually reduce my cost per acquisition. Just keep in mind that means the number of downloads that I'm going to get is going to be lower. If I had put in a larger number, like $2, I will get a lot more download. What we recommend is actually put in a conversion cost close to what you have right now. So conversion optimizer, it's important to keep in mind, it's not the same as a guaranteed cost per install. Results is going to vary. However, most people who have implemented it have seen really great results. So our early testers have seen reduction in conversion cost by 20%. We work with Gree, one of the game developers in Japan. They implemented conversion optimizers across multiple of their campaign, and they were able to reduce their cost of user acquisition by 50%. Basically the same budget, they get twice as many users. Who doesn't love that? So with this, hopefully all of you now can create your own app promotion campaign. We strongly suggest when you do that, set up conversion tracking so you'll be able to know how much it costs to get a users. And please try out conversion optimizer so AdMob can help you optimize your budget. With that, I'll hand it back to Vishay, who's going to go through monetization tab and help you make more money with your app.
Thanks, Flo. So now that you've promoted your application, you've gotten tons and tons of downloads. The next step is to consider monetizing those users. So I'll quickly walk you through what it's like to set up monetization in one of your applications. So let's say we want to monetize the same Chrome beta app. So first select the application. As you can see, one of the changes from the legacy AdMob to this new interface is that your inventory is actually organized by application. This is great for you because it adds organization, but it's also great because it allows us to run some interesting quality models to really optimize your apps rather than arbitrary ad units. So let's say we want to set up an ad unit. It's quite simple. Let's say you have a banner on the bottom screen. You can create this ad unit, see a nice preview of the ad unit, save it, and just like on the promote side, you can easily email the instructions on how to integrate the ad unit to your developer. So once you've done that and released your application, you'll start to see revenue pour into your application. It's fairly simple. Now, the thing to consider is making sure that you're showing the right ads to the right users. So with our new publisher controls feature, we allow you to very easily categorize all of the ads that are showing up in your application and allow or block them by category. So as you can see in this interface, we launched the ability for you to sort your ads into hundreds of categories so that you can make sure that only appropriate ads show to your audience. We also have the ability to see how much revenue is actually coming from each category of ad so that you can make an intelligent decision on the risk versus rewards of blocking certain categories. Many of you also may have a concern about showing competitors' applications, advertisements in your app. So with this new feature, we allow you to actually block ads by the landing page URL. So for example, if you're Chrome and you want to block, let's use an arbitrary example. Let's say you want to block a particular game. You can grab the URL from the iTunes or Google Play Store, drop it in here, and click block, and we'll make sure that that competitor's apps don't show up in your application. So now that you've set up your publisher controls and your filters, you may find your inventory start to grow. And in that case, you may want to work with multiple ad networks to monetize your inventory. So we've made it incredibly simple to add multiple ad networks to your ad source. So assuming that you've dropped the SDKs into your application already, It's very straightforward to add more ad networks because each ad unit by default is configured for mediation. So to do that, simply add another ad network. Let's say in this case we want to add the AdMob eCPM floor. Click Save. And essentially, the way mediation works is we'll send the request to the highest paying ad network. If that ad network doesn't fill the ad request, we'll kick it down to the next highest paying ad network, and so on, in order to maximize your revenue per impression. So simply set up what you've been getting paid from each ad network. And by default, we'll start to optimize your revenue. So we hope these features will be incredibly useful for you as you monetize and promote your application. Just to recap, we've kind of launched 5 key improvements in this new interface. These are smarter app promotion and conversion optimizer, simplified mediation, robust ad filtering, intelligent reporting, and some of you in the audience may be really excited to hear that for developers who are outside of the United States, we are launching local currency payments all over the world. We hope that this will make it easier for you guys to get paid and to start spending your money. So with that, I'd like to show you some of our really exciting new ad formats, which we believe are really innovative and will really catch your users' attention. So the first, I often play this game, it's called Lineup, and the basic concept is to clear all these blocks away. I often play this game, while I'm kind of waiting in line at the cafes at Google. And so in between levels, let's say I'm done with this level, I start a new game. I think we're having some network connectivity issues. There we go. And so just like with TrueView on the web, we've introduced TrueView on the mobile apps. So in this particular case, in between the levels, it's a natural time to show an ad. We can actually present this video ad to the user. They can watch the ad, see if they're interested in it. If they are, they can keep watching the video. In this case, I've seen this ad. It's pretty cool. It's the Chrome ad from Paris. It's pretty sweet. But I've already seen it before, so I want to skip it and I want to get back to playing this game. So to do that, I just click the Skip Ad button, and just like that, I'm back in the game. So we hope that ad formats like this one will help to preserve the user experience and also increase the advertiser ROI so that they're only receiving clicks and they're only receiving users who are actually interested in the content that they have on offer. So with that, I'd like to show you all the story of Tony Fingerus. You might have heard of him from the game Hill Climb Racing. In 3 months, working long hours by himself, he built an app that now has tens of millions of downloads. We believe our new platform will help create many more success stories just like this one.
I like cars a lot myself. That's one of my hobbies. I own this old Toyota Supra, which we built the engine and all that stuff into it. I guess it's a little bit in me that I want to do something on my own, build things, even it's a game or a car. My name is Tony Fingerus. I come from Oulu, Finland. We have a startup there called Fingersoft. It creates mobile games and apps. After developing several years for a PlayStation game that was still unpublished, I just wanted to see some results and get my work shown to people around the world. So I started working on Hill Climb Racing alone. I spent like 3 months working on it, about 16 hours a day. The character itself, it's actually drawn by my fiancée. Hill Climb Racing has had over 60 million downloads. That's quite a lot. Naturally, it started generating revenue. About 40% comes from advertisements, and AdMob is our cornerstone. With AdMob, you have several different ways to show advertisements. So we place them on the bottom of the screen, and during gameplay, we hide all the ads so it doesn't interrupt the user at all. We have users all around the world, so we have to fill advertisements in global scale. And I think AdMob is doing a very good job. I got enough money from AdMob so I could develop Fingersoft applications and games full time. If I show it like this, see?
Yeah, that's great.
This is the office we started, just a room from my place. You can see me there. This is the new office. There's the workstations, there's the pool table, and then of course the Finn style sauna, which we can relax in and design new products and ideas. So have a few beers and take it easy. Yeah, I think it's awesome when you get to create something and you get it finished, and then you receive customer feedback, and if they like it, it's really nice. When people like it and we like it, that's great.
So I hope you guys are all as excited to access the new AdMob as I am to share it. We'll be rolling out this new interface to new users, and if you have an existing account, be on the lookout for an upgrade notification. You can upgrade to the new AdMob without making any changes to your existing applications, so you don't have to go through an extensive release process. And with that, we'll turn it over to Q&A. Go ahead. I think there's a mic there.
While we're waiting, just real quick one.
Sure.
If you're just totally new to ads, you know, you've been a developer for a while, but totally new to the whole ad world, what's a good resource just to kind of start to understand what CPM and all that stuff means?
Yeah, we have extensive documentation on our website. I can point you to the support site offline.
My question is more on the videos. So the interstitched video ads between, say, a click and something else that's coming next, like you showed there. How do you, is there a way that kind of works? I know maybe this is more of a double-click question, but can you run your own video ads within that? Is there a way to control that inventory? Is that all sourced inventory from AdWords? Or, what are you guys doing?
Right, so today all the inventory is sourced from AdWords and the YouTube network. But we're working on ways to kind of improve our house ads functionality to allow you to serve your own video ads into applications as well.
Okay, thanks.
Hello. My question is about, you mentioned that you're enabling payments in local currencies in quite a number of countries. I'm interested in knowing what countries are you covering in Africa?
That's a great question. We have a huge list. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I can certainly point you to the resources. We are launching local currency payments just all over the world, so we'll definitely let you know if your country is supported.
Hey, I have a question regarding the conversion tracking. Let's say when I'm an advertiser and I want to advertise at AdMob, but I'm also advertising in other ad networks. So how well does the new AdMob work with like third parties for conversion tracking and all these kind of things?
So if I get the question correctly, does the new AdMob support conversion tracking with other network? Is that the question?
Yeah, so when I want to advertise at AdMob, if I can use third-party tools for conversion tracking, so I can or if I can use AdMob to also track the conversions from other networks.
Yeah, that's a great question. So for now, we only support tracking, conversion tracking for AdMob, and the URL conversion tracking with third-party URL, we're going to support very quickly after launch.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I have a question regarding the filters. Is it possible to use wildcards to block certain keywords, or does it have to be that exact URL? Because just in case that URL changes on the other end from the advertiser.
Mm-hmm. That's a great question. For now, we don't support just filtering by keywords, but the URLs are we use regular expressions to kind of match patterns. So if you put in a regex, it should work.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi. So I'm pretty interested in the video ads. So if you just skip the video in like the 5 seconds, so that's not counted as a valid ad, right? So you don't have to pay for that, or?
That's correct.
Yeah. And another question is that the in-house marketing, so we should be in the same AdMob account, right? So if I want to do the in-house ad, so we should in the.
Yes, house ad will be in the same account.
Yeah, but sometimes in our firms, so we have each person has his very own account. So how to solve that problem like that?
That's a good question. If you stop by the sandbox later, I'll actually just address that with you.
Thanks.
Cool. Well, thanks everyone for
Wait,
coming
actually,
out.
I think there's
One more
another
question?
Is there possible to insert animated ad banner?
Yes, animated banner will be supported.
Which format? For example, can I insert a flash ad?
I can get back to you. I don't think, it's just a regular format. I don't think Flash will be.
Yeah, do you have any sort of recommendations on different ad formats? So, between banners, interstitials, what performs the best for different types of apps?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think there are a couple things to keep in mind. Typically, you want to keep the ad placements in places where it makes sense for your users. So, for example, if you're playing with a game, as you saw from the video, Tony's video, you want to keep the ad in a way that it's not going to interfere with the experience. So in his example, he's kind of got it on the menu screens. For different ads, for different apps, different things work. We typically find that interstitials have higher conversion rates and click-through rates just because there's kind of more of a canvas to create an engaging ad. But it really depends on the application, so definitely play around and experiment.
Okay, hi. I'm not really happy with AdMob, but I have a question about offline application and your AdMob. We have a connection for the people who don't have Wi-Fi or connection. What happened? Can you explain it a little bit?
Yeah, so that's a great question. We've heard this feature request a number of times. We have nothing to announce just yet, but we're certainly kind of thinking about this use case.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm curious about whether the system is compatible with these new regulations that are coming into effect in July related to advertising to children under the age of 13, or whether you have, in fact, terms of service that would say you can't use this system with children under the age of 13. It's COPPA, COPPA regulation.
That's a great question. I'll have to follow up with you offline on that one. In general, I mean, our goal is to, we always keep the user experience at the forefront of what we do. We want to make sure that we're compliant with all of the sort of legal regulations, and just kind of keeping users in mind as we develop these ads. Cool. Well, thanks a lot for coming out. Definitely come and visit us at the I/O booth we have just outside, and we're happy to answer any more questions you might have. Thanks.